brother Dominic. Thanks to this real-world scenario, at 4.5 years old, he understands concepts in genetics that I think I first learned a long time ago in a middle school far, far away. Dominic knows that 2 specific gene mutations, one inherited from each parent, cause Annabelle's cystic fibrosis. As a result, she undergoes a minimum of 60 minutes of intense physical therapy and uses inhaled medications daily to clear her lungs of a thick and sticky mucus that can host nasty infections. Due to an inability to produce and use her own, she takes digestive enzymes with every meal so her body can absorb food properly. She also requires special vitamin supplements due to this complication. She's on a routine antibiotic regimen because of persistent infections in her lungs. All said, she takes about 20 pills each day just to survive, and her last name isn't Sheen or House. She's been hospitalized several times in her young life and undergone 2 regimens of IV antibiotics that lasted about 2 weeks each. But I don't want to focus on Annabelle, the CF patient. I'd rather share my adoration for Annabelle, the rebel princess, who appeared to you in that video. Now, before any of you groan about more Star Wars references, Jessica, let me just say that I could have used Annabelle's suggestion for a Frozen theme, but I don't want to sing Let It Go, and you don't want to hear me try. I want to paint a picture of my little princess as I see her. The one that gracefully floats across the balance beam in gymnastics with strength and agility that amazes this guy who can barely touch his toes. She also has a passion for dance class. Jessica and I are sometimes caught off guard at how she focuses on it with intensity, when normally she's carefree and rarely takes too many things seriously at all. She's also growing into a Southern Belle who loves wearing dresses and making sure the rest of the family looks fit to go outside the house. She's a wonderful hostess for tea parties and other small gatherings, I know. When I recently pushed the twins in a 10K race, while Dominic was talking trash and yelling at other runners to get out of their daddy's way, Annabelle was the one who turned around, batted her little blue eyes, and said, "I believe in you, Daddy. I believe you can beat them all." Yeah, she's my princess, and she knows it. Annabelle is also a rebel. She has a disease that says the median life expectancy is only 37. Common medical knowledge tells us her lungs will gradually fail over time, and activities many of us take for granted, like breathing, will be a constant and often painful struggle. There is no cure. There is no remission. More and more hospitalizations are likely without a medical breakthrough. Yet if you see her in action, Annabelle seems unstoppable and unwilling to submit to CF ruling her life. Recently at Oak Ridge Park, she insisted on running while pushing Dominic in our running stroller. Last month, I watched her race up the mountainside at Thomas Jefferson's Monticello like it was some flat track, occasionally looking back to make sure the rest of her family was still huffing and puffing along in a slow and steady climb. She's learning to swim and has conquered fears of the diving board and deep water. This fall, I had the joy of standing nearby as her team's coach when she gloved a ground ball and beat the runner to first base, securing one of the most exciting outs I'll ever see that was certainly worthy, at least in my opinion, of an ESPN top 10 mention. The heart and mind are willing, even if the lungs are less so. On occasion, that little princess can break our rules too. Cleaning up her bedroom isn't a favorite activity. And sometimes she may really see me as Darth Vader when I have to become a little bit more persuasive. Annabelle's care team at Wake Forest, and Lorraine is here tonight representing them, can attest to the strong will. After a long medical appointment on one occasion that lasted several hours, she refused to cooperate in a breathing test and basically sabotaged the results. While frustrating, I welcome such gestures of defiance. Just don't tell Annabelle. First off, Annabelle is always compliant with her required medical treatments, so she's not putting her health at risk with any of these antics. More importantly, I want her to be a woman willing to fight back. I want her to refuse to accept obstacles placed in her way, and then I want her to crush them while that beautiful smile shines from her face. Annabelle has the will she needs to do just that. But she tells the truth when she says that you are her only hope. She needs constant love from her family and friends, continued care from talented medical professionals, and ongoing generosity from all who are willing to help support research since there is no federal government funding. Tonight, everybody in this room can celebrate having come through on this occasion for 30,000 Americans with CF, including Annabelle, including Caroline, including others whose loved ones are afflicted by this disease who are in this room tonight. You've contributed to the fight, and I'm so thrilled that you're here with us to celebrate this milestone of a sellout crowd. On behalf of Annabelle, Dominic, and the Brew Crew, I thank you for being bell raisers tonight and bringing us a new hope. May your force stay with us now and forever. God bless you.